Good afternoon, UA teachers, and welcome to your NWEA assessment tutorial. Today we will take a look at how to administer your NWEA testing. First, you will go in and type in teach.mapnwea.org. Once you're on the website, you will put in the username and password that was provided to you by your administrator. If you do not have your username and password, please reach out to your administrator as soon as possible. Then click on Login. Once you're on the website or in the website, you will see a blue column on your left side where you will find all of the features that you will be able to use on NWEA. You might not be able to see all of these features, which is okay because you have a teacher's login. But the two most important features that you will need are manage test sessions, and this is where you will go in to test your students, and then view reports. This is where you will be able to pull out your students' reports, grades, goal setting sheets at the end once they are done testing. So first we're going to go to manage test sessions, and then you will go to save test sessions because I already created all of the sessions needed for this testing period. So save testing sessions, and please make sure that you go in on created by Fakih. So you will see here your name because you have logged in under your name. So you have to go in and type in Fakih instead of your name, and then my name will come up. And then you will be able to find all of the testing sessions that were already pre-created for you. Once you type in my name under created by, you can go on the testing session name and put the grade that you are teaching. So for example, 6A. If you teach 6A, you will be able to see all 4 testing that the 6th graders are going to be doing for this testing period. So let's say today we are testing reading. So you will see that the name of the session is created in a specific format. First, you have the grade, then you have the section, then you have the reading test or math test or the type of test that they're going to be doing, then dash, and then F for fall testing. And it's going to be W for winter and then S for the spring testing. So we will be using the same format throughout the school year. Grade, section, the type of test they're going to be taking, then the dash, then the fall, winter, or spring testing. So let's say today we are going to test them on reading, NWEA reading. So you're going to click on that circle, you're going to select it, and go to Test Now. You will see that the session is now open and ready for your students to use. You will see the session name, again, grade, section, the test, and F for fall. And this is dash, please, and not underscore, be careful. Then the password. The session name and the password are the two things that you have to provide your students with in order for them to open their testing from their Chromebooks. The students have on their desktop, on their Chromebooks, an NWEA icon. That they have to click on that icon and they have to type in the session name that you give them along with the password. Now, something very important to realize. Let's say your students did not finish the whole test today and you want to come back tomorrow to finish up the test with them. So you're going to go again to Manage Test Session. You're going to go again to Saved Sessions. You are going to go to Fakih under my name, and then you're going to put 6A again, and then you're going to pick reading again, and then test now. Okay, you will see that students will have a different password for that session. Every time you open the session, it will generate a new password for you. So that is absolutely okay, and do not panic if you see a different password from yesterday. Now, the only difference is the name of all of your students will still show up whether they finished or not. So it's very important for you to know not to test the students that finished again. So let's say on the first day, I tested my students and then 5 of them finished. So I have to write on a piece of paper who finished and then keep it on for the next day. Now we're not going to ask you to do the makeup for them. You just follow the schedule that was sent to you, that one-time reading that you have to do, and we will be testing students for makeup again, so you don't need to worry about that. You then will see here the total students. So you have 25 students enrolled in this class. 0 testing, obviously, because nobody's testing at this moment, but you will be able to see how many people are testing. So if 20 people are testing, that means you have 5 people that were absent today that did not test, or they did not log in, or they're not taking the test. To be confirmed are the students that logged in, are ready to get tested, but they're waiting for you to confirm that they can start their test. And the way for you to do that is to click on the blue icon right here, confirm. Once you do that, you will see that the students will be able to start their testing. Now here you will see that the test is already assigned for them. Students with accommodations were not included in this list. The resource room teachers will test them and will create their sessions, so you don't need to worry about that. So you have your students, their first name, last name, first name, and then what are they currently doing. So right now we are awaiting students because students are not testing. If the students are testing or confirmed, it will say right here, confirmed, and they're ready to get tested. Or if they're waiting for you to be confirmed, to confirm them, it will say to be confirmed. So that means that student is waiting for you to be confirmed in order to start their test. If they're testing, it will say testing. If you pause their test because they have to go to the bathroom or they have to go do something or something happened, it will say paused. So that column is very, very important. The status column is very important because it is the column that will tell you what are the kids doing. In this column, the question column, it will tell you what question the students are on. Okay, and you will see their progress. If one student is on the first question, the other one is on the 20, you will be able to assess, okay, what's going on with that student that's still on question 1. And then you will be able to reach out to that student and encourage them to keep moving or to start picking up the pace. Again, this is the test that they're taking. So they're taking their reading. 6+ means grade 6 and above, so grade 6 through 8. No accommodations for these students. And then the last column is also very, very important because that column is going to tell you if students are just clicking any answer and they're not really actually taking the time to read and answer to the best of their ability. So it will give you here the number of rapid guesses, or it will give you like a yellow sign that, okay, be careful, that student is not really doing their best and they're just clicking through the questions or the answers. So you can reach out also to that student and let them know that they need to be giving their best. So let's say, for example, the first student right here is about to start is testing, everything is good, but that student need to be paused for any reason. They need to leave the computer for a minute. So the way you need to do is you click on that student and then you're going to select the action. So either you're going to confirm them, do not confirm them. So confirm if that students came out later and you want to get them started, or let's say their computer shut down for any reason and they have to start again, you have to confirm them again. Pause is if a student needs to go to the restroom or stop the testing for any reason for a couple of minutes, you pause them so they can go do whatever it is that they need to do and then come back, and then you can resume their testing. Please make sure that, let's say if you pause this student, it's not going to pause right now because the student is not actually testing, but it will tell you here, paused. And then make sure you unclick. Once that student is back, click again, and then you have to go back and say resume. Okay? If, let's say, students' test froze for any reason, their computer froze for any reason, you click on that student and you suspend your test. You suspend their test. Once their test is suspended, it will stop right where they stopped at, and then you will go back here after suspending them, and you're going to say test again. So you're going to suspend them first, and then you're going to go and test them again. Then they're going to go out, NWEA website, then go back in, put the session name, put the password again, find their name, and then start testing. And this is where you have to confirm them, and then they will start testing again. They will not have to start from the beginning, but they will continue from the question they stopped at. Now, the only button that you will never, ever touch is the terminate button. Please make sure that you do not click that button, because that way you will cancel the student from testing completely, and that will create a big issue, and then we will have to go back and contact the testing center to be able to open their exam again and get them retested, and we have to explain why they were terminated. So please, that button, do not click under any circumstances. Do not touch the terminate button. So again, you have to confirm to get started, or you don't want to confirm them if that student is not here. Or let's say I clicked on somebody else's name by mistake, and then I said, oh, miss, I clicked on so-and-so's name by mistake. You do not confirm them. You ask the students to go out, back in, find their name, and click on it. Pause if that student needs to leave the laptop for a minute and then come back and resume their testing. So you're gonna pause them, then click on their name again, and then resume the testing, and then they can continue. Suspend if their computer froze for any reason. You suspend their test, and then you unclick, and then you go back and click, and then you test them again. And then before you test them again, the student has to go out of the NWEA site, then you go back and you test again, and then they have to go back in and start the whole process again of logging in order for them to get tested. All of this information will be sent to you in an email, so you will have the steps, you will have all these steps written down for you in details. Now, let's say the students finished testing, everybody's done. It will tell me here who are done and who are not. All information are under status. Let's say I'm done for the testing session for today. What I need to do is I need to end the session and save and exit. If you do not save your session, all of the testing that the students have taken will be gone, and the students have to test all over again. So please make sure, do not just close it or close your session or close your screen. You have to click on end session, save and exit, and it will save your students' progress. That way we can pick up administrators where the students are at, who's done and who still needs makeup to continue. Once that your students are done and we confirm that all of your students in your class are done, you can go to view reports and then map growth reports. And here you have all the different reports that you can see or you can generate to see your students' progress. We will be talking about reports in details later on once we get to that. But for now, we just need you to concentrate on the testing. Okay? So please reach out if you have any questions. I hope this tutorial helps all of you, and good luck with your NWEA testing for the fall 2021.